Yes, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of The Social Worker and the Mentor.
What are you saying, people?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Are you feeling anything good?
Yeah, Rob, been good,
Yeah.
you know, busy as always, innit? Just hustle, grind.
That's it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
I've been good, I've been good.
End of the year, anything planned?
Oh, man's going to GH. Man's going to Ghana.
Oh, what?
Yeah?
Okay.
Going for 2 weeks. Got to see my grandma and grandpa.
Wicked, man. Wicked,
Listen,
man.
Just get my vitamin D
Yeah,
top
man.
up
Of course.
before I come back to this chaps country.
You know the thing, man. Yeah, man. So man's going to the motherland and, yeah, man. So, anything else?
No, that's what it is, Rob. Just going to Ghana because like Ghana's lit December.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
for
yeah,
all Ghanaians, but
Yeah.
because like Caribbeans, Ghanaians, everybody, Ghana's lit December.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So, it's actually the best time to go.
Nah,
man.
best time to go, bro.
Yeah, best time to
I'm
go.
just gonna just chill with family. I just see. I've seen sites. I'm just gonna go on sightsee and chill with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Do you know? Can I be honest with you? I'm just preparing 2023 because it's gonna be a big one, bro. I'm never gonna lie to you. But I am I'm probably looking to like stop working from like the second week of December, something like that, man. And then but yeah, my bruv.
Bro, social services, we don't get no half term, you know.
Huh?
Social services don't get no half term.
Yeah, that's like go.
Just go book it annual leave, innit?
Yeah. But this is why you have to get into entrepreneurship, bro.
I hear you, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Entrepreneur, you have to be a boss. So when you're a boss, you're the boss.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Right, you get up when you want to get up.
100.
Right, yeah? You work when you want to work, right? Yeah. But that's another conversation for another day, man. Yeah. Actually, that would be a good topic, you know, entrepreneurship to local authority. The pros and cons. Yeah. Because as for me, it is about entrepreneurship, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And I think you know, when you're skilled as men like us two, right? There's so much variations that we can go into and everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, even people leaving social work can do their own thing, bruv.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
do their
important,
own
man.
thing, innit?
But anyway, listen. Another topic today.
Wait.
Yeah.
Guys, you know the drill. You like,
Subscribe,
you share. We're on Spotify.
Yeah.
We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. You know, at the social worker.
Wait. Did you hear that? Did you hear it?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Subscribe the thing, you know. I bet you subscribe the thing, yeah.
Yeah. It's screaming at you, bruh.
Yeah. No, but hang on. We keep saying like and subscribe. Well, I keep forgetting to say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. You know it's free. You have to pay, right? We're not going to charge you. There's no subscription.
That's what I'm saying.
Free. You know, so just...
Do you know what, Rob, actually? You know what we need to do? We're on SoundCloud, you know.
Are we?
No, we're not on SoundCloud.
We're not, are we?
We need to get on that still.
Or iTunes.
Yeah, we need to run that, you know.
So yeah, we need to start doing that.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna run that. We're gonna actually run that.
That
you
would
know?
be good still,
and
man.
guys, remember, listen. This is for social workers, but CPD is due. Yeah, 30th of November, 2022. It is due. Yeah. So as I said, you can use our podcast for your CPD, continuous professional development.
Tell them.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Tell them.
Just talk about. You know, how does it apply to work? Reflection.
Yeah.
Peer-on-peer reflection. You
it.
don't know what to do, man.
And
Make
you
sure
get, and you're getting it for free right now. Trust, but yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, Rob, another topic of conversation.
Yeah. So you know, we're always thinking about how we can, you know, make the topic of conversation, you know, different, because it is important to have variation and
Absolutely.
And obviously, you know, it's a necessity. You know, Nana being a social worker, it's important that, you know, he talks on behalf of what social workers are going through.
Yeah.
You know, on a daily basis, the emotional side, the mental side, the caseload, just the job role itself, you know, but obviously things need to change. I represent to a degree, I suppose, education, inclusion, teaching, whatever, whatnot.
Youth offending, mentoring.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's always important to, like, you know, base it on specific things, especially working with young people.
And children, yeah.
And children, okay, right, yeah. And, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Every week I go through a scenario of, like, I'm not one to cry, but I just think, damn, man, like, I wish I could do more for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one of the things we don't talk about, and this is going to be a little bit
deep
for you guys, right? Yeah, is young mental health, or young people mental health, or young people's well-being and what they're going through.
We need to talk about it. We do.
And I don't know about you, right? Yeah. I think sometimes I forget, and I get a little bit complacent, not on purpose, and I forget they're only 14 or they're only 15, but you're so used to talking to that young person, it's almost like you talk to them on the same level, the same wavelength, or the same.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
As you do. Do you know what I mean, right? Yeah. So but we forget that they're children and they're also going through a lot of problems, especially in this current
climate
right now.
Do you know what, bruv? I'll be honest with you, and this is going to be a deep convo. Child mental health is an area that I think we need to, as professionals, as parents, as community, that we really actually need to start tackling. I think the last couple of years, 2 to 3 years, the impact of the pandemic, I know it hit a lot of people, but it had a big impact on children's mental health. There's lots of children who who are self-harming.
Yep.
Who have suicidal ideations. It's been very, very hard for children and young people. And as a social worker, like I said, we have these cases, Rob, on a regular basis. Now, I'm not going to go into talk about CAMHS and the waiting list because that's another topic.
Oh, dear.
But young people and their mental health, they are crying out for help, to be honest with you. And my concern for them is that if they don't get the appropriate and right support, it's going to be very, very much fatal for them in the near future. Like, for example, during the pandemic, a lot of young people, or even, I'm going to go even further, young people who were in college or university, they were unable to take their GCSEs. And if you remember, many of you remember, it was computer generated, the grades.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And the grades that a lot of young people got, which they were predicted, Rob, to get, they didn't get it. And over the summer, bruv, a lot of young people, they were deeply
Oh yeah, they were upset, disappointed,
hurt. But bruv, that emotional weight on them became too much. To the point that, many of them wanted to end their lives because they thought, you know what? Yeah. My future's gone. Do you know what I mean? Children and young people have a lot to deal with in this country's mental health. And I feel as though that because of cuts, as I said in the previous episode, and services, they're not getting the attention they need. I even feel that as much as even social care and social workers try to support them, we're not trained in that area to be able to give, brother, I'm not trained. I've done mental health placements. I understand the Mental Health Act, but we're not trained to give them that therapeutic support or psychotherapy support that they need. It's really, really challenging. Even in schools, in terms of children being bullied, it does affect their mental health.
Of course it does, yeah.
And it's something that we have to start taking seriously because, Rob, I think the young people right now, they've got a lot to deal with. And I'm going to go, bruv, even further. I know I'm going on, sorry, but it's deep. In terms of how they look and social media, their own identity,
massive word there.
Their own identity, their perception of how they see themselves. And if they don't feel maybe they look a certain way or with a certain crowd and all those other things, bruv, it's quite painful to even talk about it. Right. A lot of people are withdrawn. It's hard.
Let's talk about a typical common teenager nowadays. Now, let's just go back and forth.
Yeah.
What is a typical teenager nowadays? What is a typical teenager? So they must have mobile phone.
They must have mobile phone.
They must be wearing Nike.
Nice trainers.
Nike Tech tracksuit.
Yeah.
A puffer. It's getting a bit colder now. So a Nike puffer, hoodie on. Yeah.
Yeah.
They must be on social media.
Yeah. TikTok,
Insta. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right. I need to be in a gang. Yeah. But they don't know the vulnerabilities or the dangers of being in a gang. So they must be in a gang, or they must know, someone who's a bad man.
Or they must be earning money.
Right.
Or even to relationships.
Right.
They have to... Bruv, it's a lot.
Right. So this is where, we've heard it all before, and I don't even like saying this because I don't want to become one of them professionals where, you heard it from somewhere else. But no, this is just generally what's going on. Working with the type of young people that we work with, a lot of them are followers, right? Yeah, there's a saying, are you a follower or are you a leader? But with young people, a lot of them like to follow each other, right? Yeah. He's wearing Air Force Ones. I'm gonna wear Air Force Ones. They're bullying him. I'm gonna bully him. Then they go into social media and they are, being horrible to each other. Young people have a specific way of just being horrible to each other. Oh, this is long. I'm gonna be a rapper. Yeah, I'm gonna study grime. Or I'm gonna be a grime artist. And then the lyrics that you're talking about is about killing and chefing and stabbing man to death.
Yeah.
So what joy do you get? What joy are you getting out of that? But then there's another twist to it where they're actually talking about what they're going through. Do you know what I mean as well?
Yeah.
So being a teenager nowadays, it's just become very, it's difficult, and I'll tell you the reason why it's difficult as well. Is because when you talk about being a teenager, right? Yeah. All right. It's depending on where. All right. So see South London. You got South London. You got West London. You got East London. They're all four of them are different kettles of fish in terms of upbringing and area. It's it's very similar, whatnot. But one of the things I wanted to bring up, and I didn't know whether to just like leave it, but I'm gonna say it now, right? Yeah. So there are a lot of boys that I talk to, and I told them, I asked them, "Are you having sex?" Right? Yeah. Yeah, man's beating bare girl, No. Are you wearing protection? What for? No, man, I just go raw. What do you mean you just go raw? No. Are you going to the clinic? Now, one of the things that is quite alarming to me, right? Yeah, because remember, a lot of young people are going through bad times, well-being, mental health, right? Yeah. But then the answer still comes, we have to make sure as professionals that we are nurturing them and give them the right advice.
We have to.
And putting them through to the right services.
That's right.
Now, I didn't know whether to bring this up or not, but I'm going to say it now, and I am going to bring this up again. I'm a qualified counsellor. I'm a qualified child counsellor, believe it or not, yeah? Yeah, you wouldn't think so with the beard and the glasses and the mohawk and everything, yeah, but I am, yeah? All right?
And that's the thing people don't know.
But it's okay, okay though. It's all right though, it's okay, because, we're still winning, innit? By the way, when I did my counselling course, the lecturer told me and 3 or 4 other of my colleagues to go into this session blind. So you're going to be delivering a workshop.
Yeah.
You're going to meet up to 10 young people, and it's based on identity, it's based on culture and their surroundings, right? Yeah, cool. All right. So a few of them had a few mental health problems, like there's on medication, ADHD, hyperactive, whatnot. But they all had one specific thing. So, bro, I introduced myself. I go, like, guys, I want everyone to say one thing good about yourself, one thing you like, one thing that you don't like. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good session. Lovely young people, whatnot. Anyway, so I noticed that 3 or 4 of them said, "Oh, can I just go to the kitchen to take my medication?" I go, "That's fine, take your medication." Anyway, so one of the young people said to me, "Right, sir, this group's for HIV, innit?" So I was thinking, what? What are we talking about? So I thought, did he say what I thought he said? So I goes, sorry, say that again? Yeah, this is the HIV group, sir. Bro, I felt weird, I didn't, brother, I'm going to be honest with you, brother. I didn't know how to feel. I just thought, what the F?
Yeah.
And I was dying to tell one of my colleagues. So I go, yeah, you guys go for a break. So then my colleague comes to me, she said, Robert, I think they've got sexual, they've got sexual diseases. I goes, what? So I called one of the boys over. And at the time, he's probably about 15, but he's about 6'2".
Yeah.
And you could probably tell if he wears normal clothes, he probably passed for about 19, 20, maybe even 21, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a little bit, a billy goat. Anyway, to cut the story short, bruv, these 10 students had HIV.
All of them.
All of them, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna name I'm not gonna name the organization.
Air protection, bruv.
Yeah. Who funded the actual training, whatnot. But we went in blind into that training course on purpose because it's about how are you going to handle hearing a young person who has that sort of, is going through that sort of situation or scenario. How are you as a professional? How are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with it mentally? How are you going to deal with it emotionally? How are you going to help them?
Yeah.
How are you going to help inspire them? This 14 or 15-year-old wants to go to school, right? Yeah, he wants to be normal, but he's got AIDS. He's got HIV.
Yeah.
They don't know. Brother, can I be honest with you, brother? I couldn't sleep for about a week.
Yeah, because it hits you deep. And I think for me, this is the reason why we have to talk about it, because I think mental health is like, you know, particularly amongst our community as well, it's seen as a taboo.
Of course.
And a lot of the times, you know, we don't like talking about it. Let's take us as adults away from it, but we don't like talking about it in terms of our children. And we have to accept that children do have mental health issues. Yeah. It's something people that is happening. Yeah. It's something that as a social worker that, you know, I regularly see, we get referrals about it. Yeah. That children are saying, you know what, I want to kill myself. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to live anymore. Yeah. And that's a serious that's a serious thing. And a serious thing. And I think for me, bruv, because like I'll be honest with you, when my student, because me and my student, before she qualified, we had a case in it. And she worked with a young person where there's concerns regarding her mental health. And, you know, that young person was very kind of like open. And sometimes with young people, they need us as professionals, social workers, teachers, mentors, nurses, whoever. Young people need to be able to have a space to talk about how they're feeling. Because you might be that social worker who saved that young person's life because they actually were able to say, you know what, I've got this going on for me. And I just need to speak to someone. Yeah. They might feel they can't talk to their parents about it. I'm not saying not, but they might feel they can't talk to their parents about it or talk to a teacher or somebody. So it's important that as professionals, we got to make sure that we're available 100% for the young people to say that, you know, I'm going through this. If a young person says that I want to kill myself, you take what they're saying very seriously. If a young person says, you know what, I don't like the way I look, I want to kill myself, or bruv, I'm going to go even deeper. Young people, when they have relationships, when relationships break up and they're suicidal, these are very, very big things. Massive. It's mad because, you know, before you came here, I was talking to Jay, and one of the things that he actually said, he said, you know what, with this generation, it's important that as parents, but as professionals, that we are available.
It's a necessity.
Because it's a necessity because you have to be. Because I'm worried about this generation.
I'm very
worried what they're exposed to. Yeah. You mentioned a good point. You said how young people, whether they're followers or leaders, and bro, to be honest with you, a lot of young people, they're scared to be themselves.
Of course they are.
They're scared to be geeks or be nerds. Like, bro, I'll be real with you. Yeah. I'm such a nerd. Yeah. Man watches Star Wars, bruv, and Doctor Who. I don't care. Man will say it. I watch Star Wars and Doctor Who and Lord of the Rings, bruv.
Big thing, you don't know already.
I watch these things, I was a nerd when I was young. I watched my sci-fi thing. I still watch it now. I watch my Marvel and all them things. Yeah. I'll happily say it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
But we got to be saying to young people that, you know what? It's okay for you to be yourself. Yeah. If you're not a driller, it's not a bad thing. So if you read your books, you want to be a scientist, it's not a bad thing. If you want to be a teacher, it's not a bad thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's part of also mental. It's not just about what they're saying. But we gotta speak to young people and say to them, you know what? You've got positive things about you. Oh, but I ain't got nice trainers. Yeah, I got nice trainers. Okay, you ain't got nice trainers.
Do you know this as well? But
you've got good. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. And you're right. And leading on from that, you're absolutely right. And you mentioned the word identity. Yeah. So over the years, I'll never forget. I worked on a case one time, and he had autism, a form of Asperger's, which is a form of autism. And every other Tuesday, this person I worked with would always self-harm. He would get a can of Coke. He'd buy a can of Coke. He'll like rip off the Coke, and he'll self-harm, and then just like mark up his wrists. Yeah. So.
Or the classic ones where they'll get something.
Yeah.
Like, and
that's right. Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's right.
I've seen that.
So when it first happened, I was like, rah, because I was like, because you remember, no one trains you for these things, you know, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
No, they're all sort of, when these sort of jobs, you don't get trained for this.
You don't get trained for it, yeah.
Right, you're pushed into it.
Yeah, it's true.
And you have to deal with it accordingly.
Bro, as a social worker, bro, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. When I first qualified, bro, I wasn't trained for this, bro. You're not trained for this. I wasn't trained. I wasn't trained for it. I'll be real. I wasn't trained
you're not trained. So I was like, rah, what do I do? I'm going to be honest with you, because obviously I'm vulnerable. In my decision making. What is the best, or the right decision for me to do in terms of how, what do I do? So he's becoming aggressive, right? And I looked at him, I said, listen, don't do that with me today, because no, we're not doing that, right? Yeah. Because I have to make them know, right? Right, yeah? Yeah. Like, we're not doing that today, right? Yeah. Yeah. Right? But, talk to me, why are you doing it? And I just noticed that, when I saw him, it just made me have so much empathy. I said, listen, man, you're breaking my heart, what can I do to ease your pain? Like, what can I do? Like, talk to me. Like, how can I? How can I help you? But then, what I began to find is that it's normal. And the next case, then the next case, then the next case, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm getting all these cases, and they're just all similar. But as a young person said to me, Robert, what are you talking about? Standard to self-harm. Everyone's doing it.
Yeah,
we got a group. I'm like, what?
Yeah, bruv, and you know what, people? What Robert's saying is, it's scary. It's scary stuff. You look at bruv social media and what young people are exposed to. You know, it's dangerous for them, to be honest with you. And I just think, you know what? Because I think, Rob, like, at the end, I think it'd be important where we can, if we can put out, and I think we should, services that young people can tap into.
100%.
At the end of the episode, you know, if we can at the end, we have services. I know there's CAMS, and CAMS are under pressure. We'll touch upon that, but CAMS are under pressure. Waiting list, stuff like that. But I think we need to have put it there. Services that young people and professionals can tap into.
But if I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to say it, like, I've been saying this for quite a while, I don't feel the government's doing enough. I'm going to be honest with you, but I don't feel they're doing enough.
Bruv, I agree with you. I don't think the government is doing enough. Because, bruv, the reason why I say this to you, because...
And they're not utilising the money properly as well.
Because you know what?
Sorry to cut you, bruv, give me a meal right now.
Yeah, I know.
Right, bruv, I'll say, Nana, I'll talk to you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back to you in 2 weeks' time. Nana, this is what I've created.
Because, bruv, the reason why I'll say that to you is because, you know what? When lockdown lifted, there were cases that I had where young people were scared to leave the yard.
Of course, anxiety.
Because imagine, you've been locked up for 2 years, and then to reintegrate back to society, it's fast. It's a lot. And I don't know whether the government were prepared for that. And bruv, there's parents who've come onto the BBC, bruv.
But bruv, it's even like so. Sorry to cut you right.
Yeah, no, go. Right. Land, bruv.
Yeah, but bruv, forget COVID. What I mean by that, I'm talking about before COVID.
Before COVID.
I'm talking about the last 10 years.
Right.
Let's just keep it real. The last 10 years. The last 10 years, there's been gun crime, knife crime, mental health, self-harm, identity. Young people are going through this shit, bro. Excuse my language.
No, they are.
Right? They're going through this stuff, right? Yeah. And for me, more needs to be done, right?
And bruv, early intervention, because bruv, not just young people, bruv. Children who are young as well.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. Primary school trying to go through it. And there's parents, who, I hope if you're watching it, there's parents, bruv. They've gone on to the BBC. They've said, my son, my daughter, they didn't get the help they needed. And this is what the podcast, I'm also going to scream the same message to those parents and to the government. That what we're talking about, there's so many young people right now, and people will be watching this, their children are going through what we're talking about. And although we're talking as a social worker and as a mentor, we're talking because the government, you really need to listen to what is actually going on. The services, yes, we've got cost of living and whatever, but the services that are being clawed back, that could be a young person's life. So what I will say is that to any parent, or if you've got a son or daughter or children who are going through this, like, contact services, and I think we'll put contact. And also, if that referral goes through to social, because I'll be real with you, most of the cases that those have come through social services, I've never checked them as some of them go to child protection sometimes because sometimes because what the young person's doing. But most will be child in need. But what I say to a lot of parents that if your son or daughter is going through this and a referral goes through children's services, what I'll say to you is accept the help. Or early intervention. Because you need to be able to have access to those services. And sometimes what it may mean is having social services there might be your gateway. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
But that's what they're not aware of that.
And
they're not educated. So it's for you to...
and this is the reason why I'm saying, so for people, if anybody whose child or young person is going through mental health at the moment, and a referral is made to social services, I'm saying to you, don't have resistance. I know what the stigma is there about us, but having a social worker there or early intervention worker there with you may be your gateway to having access to the right services.
That's right. And
do you know what I mean, bruv? And bruv, I have to say that because sometimes you've got that professional there who's available to give you.
And also as well, remember as well, right? And this is from a mentoring point of view, right? So there's a lot of mentors in schools and in charities, right?
That's right.
Right, a lot of school. So if you're a parent, you can go to the school. You can ask the inclusion team to refer you to sorry, first of all, can my son have a mentor in a school?
That's right.
Yeah, right. They can also refer you to a mentoring service outside of school, like a Barnardo's or a St. Giles Trust.
Charles,
you know, these are just generic,
yeah.
charities I'm using just right now, right? Yeah. But there are loads of mentoring schemes and loads of mentoring provisions and good ones in London. And
Manhood Academy.
There's loads, right? Yeah. So they're there.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. They are there, right? Yeah.
It's true.
And I think what the important thing for me as a mentor is that, you know, it's getting better and they need to like be utilized more because because what the worry is, as you know, because of the lack of safe spaces and the lack of youth clubs, right? Yeah, and the youth clubs that have been closing down, they haven't been replaced.
And bruv, I'm gonna stress that what you just said, safe spaces. Yeah. So they need we need to have safe spaces for young people.
Yeah.
And this is what the government need to listen to. Those safe hubs, not just about crime, but young people to go somewhere to speak to somebody about what they're going through. Yeah. It needs to be available.
I think I told you this before. So I was watching TV because I know we have to wrap it up soon. I was watching TV about 3 months ago. And there was one guy from he was on Love Island. I won't mention his name, but anyway, it was one of the contestants on Love Island, and he's actually in a really good job. He's a nurse, right? Yeah. So me probably saying that, you're probably gonna guess anyway, yeah. But he's a nurse. But he's a mental health nurse. Anyway, unfortunately, his brother. His brother committed suicide, right? Yeah, and what was quite alarming, and what I loved about it was that you know, you've got this young man. He's gone on Love Island. He's come out. He's a nurse, and he just realised that, right, you know, being on Love Island it's dead, right? Yeah, it's not giving me any you know, it's not any substance, but. Him losing his brother, it raised the awareness in terms of that young people are self-harming on a regular basis and the rates are going up. So he lives like in the northeast of England. What I loved, right, yeah, or what I found quite interesting is that they will open a safe space within about 2 weeks, right, yeah. Along with, there's also quite a lot of safe spaces in the north of England, right, yeah. I'm talking about like places like Hull, Newcastle, Sheffield, Manchester, Wigan, you know, that part of the country, right? Yeah. Now you've got big, massive London, yeah. That's supposed to be the capital, yeah, where there's money, right? Yeah, and we haven't got no safe spaces. We've got a few, and it is getting better. Yeah. And I'm not gonna like say it's all bad, but we need more.
We do need more.
We need more. We need more because for me, it's about preparing the next generation. The next public speakers, the next ambassadors, the next leaders, right? Yeah, right. Let's help them grow. Let's help them to be better than us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, as I keep saying before, I sometimes I just feel the government's not doing enough. Right? They're talking about. I think about 2 years ago. Oh yeah, we're going to put £1 million into mentoring. We're going to put £2 million into mentoring. Who? Where? Where's the money gone? Because I don't hear anything. Right? Yeah. No disrespect, Sadiq Khan. He does a good job, but you need to do more. You're the mayor of London. Yeah. What are you doing? Because I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And as I said before, right, yeah. And one of the things I am going to do in a couple of episodes, right, yeah, I'm going to be naming a few mentoring organizations that are doing great things. Because let me say something, right, yeah. They're to be congratulated, right, yeah.
Yeah.
They're to be, you know, it's for us to like say these are. You know, people.
At end of the episode, we need to put them up. Yeah.
These are people that are doing great work in the community, right? Yeah, and across London and everything. But as I said before, I just think like the government have got to do more. But then sometimes it's like, right, you know what? Let's just come together. And the more we come together, so one of the great is it United Borders.
United Borders.
Yeah, Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
Right,
fantastic, bro.
But they need more funding.
100%.
They need more funding. Like he can't do it by himself.
Yeah, and you know with United Borders, you know with his bus and his hub,
right.
Young people go speak to him.
Right,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so Justin, I've got to ring you, but I want to just big you up because listen,
100.
Your work and what you've done, trust me, it's well respected and people appreciate you. But you know what? I know you need more funding,
bruv. I'm second that because
you understand.
I met with Justin as well.
Yeah.
I've been on his bus with Justin. I know I met with you before the pandemic. But I'm bigging him up, bro.
Yeah.
You do fantastic
work.
But
we need more.
Yeah, but we need more of that. We need more of that. United Borders.
You understand?
Honestly, Justin does fantastic work. Everything.
So
I'm saying, but there's so many. St. Giles, United Borders. There's Rescue and Response. There's Manhood Academy.
Yeah.
There's 100 Black Men. I could name so many that young people can go to.
What I want to do, or no, in fact, what we're going to do.
Right,
yeah. Next year, we're going to have a special panel, right? And we're going to invite these, it might be about 6 or 7 mentors from different organizations. And I just want us to talk as men. What can we do collectively as a group? You know, I want every man to talk about his journey into what they've done.
Oh, one more organization. What's his name? West Side.
Oh, yeah, West Side. Yeah. Fantastic as well. Yeah.
Papa G, Andrew
Papa G,
Mohammed. We have to give respect to. Come on.
So there's a lot, bruv. There's a lot. But they need to be like, you know, it's for us to like, you know, make people aware. These are available because you got to remember a lot of parents are not aware.
They're not aware. Yeah,
no, they're not aware.
We're gonna plug it. End of the episode,
you know
guys. We're gonna plug this. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
So
But no, you know what, Rob? A fantastic episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, this is really good. I hope that parents, anybody who watches this, please stream this to all organizations. Honestly, we're gonna stream it out there because young people do need support. And
they do need
child
support.
mental health is not a taboo. We got to talk about it.
It's not, man. It's
support your children. Talk to your children.
It's not, man.
Honestly,
But listen, big up.
Thank you, guys, man.
You know the thing already, right? Yeah. Like, subscribe, and like, subscribe. And like and subscribe. And don't forget, like and subscribe.
No, definitely. No, but take care, guys.
All right, take care.
You,
All right, okay.
Cool.
Nice.